Oh, yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Right now, I'm waiting for my guests to come on in. As you guys know, it's spring, all this practice going on and everything like that. Me, unfortunately, I have to work during that time. So, the people that are there, that's, on campus, that's, watching the practice out there with them. Those are the people that I reach out to come on and give you guys information on what's going on with the Canes. Right now, I'm waiting on my guest. So once he pop in, we'll get this thing started. In the meantime, you guys make sure you guys hit the like button, share the channel, share the video, share the stream with somebody, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, and so forth. Let me know how you guys doing in the chat. While we wait, I'll do a quick roll call, see who all in here. So y'all make sure y'all say what's up in the chat. Some Orange and Green Blood, what's going on with you? Sage X, what's going on with you? Go Canes. Randall, what's good with you? Running back Fetcher to Ohio State, losing local kids has to stop. Fetcher to, running back. That running back I think we'll be fine without him. I mean, losing them to a team out of state, that's kind of tough, but I think him not going to like Florida State and Florida and stuff like that won't bite us in the butt later on down the line. So it is what it is. But I think we got better things cooking, But hey, shout out to him for making his decision to go wherever he want to go. Mr. HD, what's going on with you? We always hit the nail on the head, yes sir. What's all we got in here? Let me see. RR, what's going on with you? 247 Sports has Notre Dame in the playoffs in Miami. Oh yeah, never mind. Well, I see we got Mr. Roll Tide hating. You know how it goes. You know how it is. Stunner Boy, what's good with you? Happy Friday, yes sir. Happy Friday to everybody. Totally not depressed. Miami going 4-8 this season. Yeah, you don't believe that, but hey. You're entitled to wake up anytime you feel like it. Mommy Flo in the building. What's good, Mommy Flo? How you doing, big boss? BB, what's good with you? Hurricane Kilo, what's going on with you? Slim Shady Canes, what's good with you? What's going on? All right, so I'm gonna reach out to my guests again, see if we can get this thing started. See what's the hold up. Yeah. In the meantime, you guys make sure you guys hit the like button. Also, as you guys see on the top, taste1boilpeanuts.com. That's a company that's a boiled peanuts, smoked barbecue boiled peanuts. I know some of you guys have already had it. It's fire, tastes good. Make sure you go get yourself some. Order it on taste1boilpeanuts.com. Use promo code T2Y. Save $5 off on your order. So taste1boilpeanuts.com. All right. Let me see what you guys are talking about. BB the King, Kilo, Gators all day, and Gators ain't got nothing going on. Did y'all see those wide receiver drills that the Gators were doing? Looked like they were doing the cha-cha, the merengue, some dance moves or something. Terrible. Look, absolutely terrible. I think sometime later on in the show, after we get all the Canes information out, what's going on in practice, who's showing out, who's stepping up and stuff like that, then I'll show some of those clips, like the Gators in Florida State wide receiving drills. They look absolutely terrible. Funny as hell, but terrible. Oh man. Also, guys, I'm working on doing more funny videos for the channel, stand up videos. I'm thinking about doing one sometimes next week. Drop another. I'm gonna do those by the episodes. I'm gonna do those over time. So what I'll need from you guys is like certain things that's happening in college football don't necessarily have to be, Miami or Florida State or even the Gators. It could be any team in college football. If it's controversial, dramatic, or funny or whatever, just send it to me and I'll basically incorporate it in those stand-ups. You know, trying to start doing some different stuff. During the off season, trying to keep you guys entertained and everything like that until football season come around. But as you guys seen earlier too, I did a video basically showing you guys the early predictions that they got for the ACC, the SEC and all those. Like I said, until my guests come on in because he's running a little late right now, I'm gonna pop up some of those stuff on the screen so you guys can see it and you guys could, tell me how you feel about it. I kind of did a premiere this morning, but most of you guys be at work and stuff like that around those times. So however, you probably didn't get to see the video yet. But I'm gonna pop those graphics up on the screen. Like I said, until my guests come on in, we can talk about that. All right. So like I said, this morning I did what you call it. I did a video showing you guys some early previews, what the world got going on, what they think about Miami, what they think about the SEC, ACC, Pac-12, you name it, all the Power Five conference. So way too early. 2022 ACC win totals according to Bud Elliott. Now this graphics was brought to you by 247 Sports. So as you guys can see, they got Clemson. They projecting Clemson to finish with 10 wins, and basically Miami with 9 wins, and Miami in the ACC championship. So, way too early now for all you Florida State fans. Cause I know I got a lot of you guys that watch the channel too. They got Florida State finishing with 6 wins. So they predicting y'all to go 6-6. So Mike Norvell will actually make a bowl game according to this early prediction. 6 wins. That's tough. But yeah, saying that Miami and Pitt probably gonna battle it out. Miami will get the edge. I'm guessing they're predicting that Miami will beat Duke because whoever wins that game will have the edge over the other. And North Carolina finishing with seven wins. And yeah, Duke way at the bottom with 2 wins. So seems a little accurate. Seems like, something that could happen, but way too early. Anything could happen. It's college football. Then they had the New Year 6 early predictions, whatever. This way too early. But they got earlier on I messed it up. I said Miami versus Utah. It's actually Miami versus Houston. All right. But anyways, guys, I got my guest in right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring them on, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started about Canes football practice and everything like that. Drummond, what's going on with you, boss?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
All right. Awesome, man. It took a while, man. It's some kind of verification code or whatever, man. But good to see you, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. All right, so you can go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody right now. The floor is all yours,
Oh,
and tell
shoot,
them
man.
what.
Coach John Drummond, man. Shoot, born and raised in Miami. Former college athlete, and just been coaching for the last 20 years here in Dade County. Several schools from Northwest and Jackson. Started the Champagnat Catholic program over there, and right now I'm currently defense coordinator at Miami International. It was a private school. Last year was our first inaugural year playing football. We got a lot of international kids. Got some Canadians. Shoot, some pretty good 24 kids, Bahamians, and some big kid lineman types and things of that nature. So that's what I do. We lately we've been doing spaces on Twitter called Canes Unfiltered. Just chopping it up, talking Canes football and several other topics that come up football wise. So that's kind of what we've been doing around here, man. And just mentoring kids and training kids and about football and getting them going in that aspect of life and everything else.
All right, so you're out there, you see what's going on and stuff like that. So you could give us a little insight on the practice, the energy, the feel, the difference. What do you see different this year?
Well, I've attended about what 5 practices right now. Um, I mean, I wasn't a Manny guy, so I didn't really see. I didn't want to see anything going on with him. However, I can tell you what I see now is intensity, like intensity and passion. I mean, all the way from the ball boys, guys who spot the ball, various assistants. I mean, to the coaches and the players, the intensity is highly contagious. Like it's there, and also the passion as well. So they're really getting after it. They probably averaging almost probably 80, maybe 85 snaps as far as like getting, snaps on film. So everybody's getting PT, guys who got to get ready from the first string, second team guys. I mean, younger guys like you see younger guys like earlier rollies, Cyrus Moss, Wesley Vicente. You see those guys getting, much needed reps uh, just to kind of get them acclimated and get them ready and just work, man. It's a workman-like attitude, and it's just about just having that fire. I mean, from 65-year-old Kevin Steele, who to me looks younger now than what he did a couple of years ago. And I talked to coach about it. I mean, he's vibrant, he's up, he's moving. I mean, every coach just talk about when you talk to him, right? You got guys like Charlie Strong. That's a guy that can kind of work the room, and he carries his passion on the sleeve, right? And Coach Salaveo carry their passion on the sleeve. But even Jason Taylor, he carries his passion on the sleeve, right? All the way to Coach Adai. I mean, you just look at his demeanor. Obviously, Coach Cristobal and Mirabal, like they carry it on their sleeve, right? And just Gaddis is probably the loudest out of everybody, right? So the guy I haven't had a lot of chance to even know, but just watching from a distance, I mean, he's louder than everybody. So you see his passion and what he got going on, and then obviously Coach Ponce, like it's highly contagious. I mean, that passion carries over to football field, to every rep, every set. Even last practice, where Coach Cristobal had to kind of bring everybody in and trying to get on them about, hey, look, we're not going to do this. We're not going to drag our behind, and we're not going to let it go on. We're going to stop practice. We're going to reset our mindset, and then we're going to keep going and keep pushing. And I mean, the guys turned it up after that. So just that alone, just the intensity and things that I used to see at Alabama and LSU's and Clemson practices, how the intense they are. You see that in Mario kind of brought that intensity down here, where they're just getting after it. But it's also passion, right? It's that passion. Guys out there, you don't see fights and all that kind of thing. You just see passion going on, and I don't think they have enough time to fight because. I think the ball is being snapped like every 20, 30 seconds. Like, so it's just really high strung. So, I mean, I don't know. It's amazing, man. And like I said, when you hear every coach talk, you just hear it. It vibrates off of them. I don't know if they're on a whole bunch of cafe leche or whatever the hell they taking, man. But they own a lot of it, man. It's that juice that's passing around. So it's exciting to see. When you see guys like, oh man, it's the greatest practice I've seen. I mean, I'm not saying the greatest practice I've seen, but if it's a football practice you want to mimic, and you be like, well, goddamn, like it's intense. I mean, even the referees, like man, the referee I had posted a picture. Man, referee was passed out at one point, like he was famished because it was that high strung. So that's what you see out there, man. If you're a Kane fan, you got to be excited about that. Got to.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on. I mean, we see some of the energy. I see Salavea post a video almost every day, and I swear to God, if you're around him, you might want to move because you might get punched in the face when he say boom. But yeah, everything sounds good. I mean, yesterday I watched the press conference. It seems like Mario's a very smart, genius kind of guy because the way he handles the media sometimes it's hilarious. yesterday when they asking questions and about individuals and such like that, and he kind of shut it down and all that stuff. But what are you seeing from guys out there, like technique wise? You know, are the coaches getting on them? Are they doing anything different?
I mean, as far as coaches getting on them, yeah. I mean, that's you're getting coached up. I mean, you on the defensive side of the ball, you have still he takes the safeties and the strikers or the nickels, and then Adai takes the corners. So you're getting that intermediate coaching like right now. You know what I'm saying? That small group coaching. D line, you got Salavea inside, you got Wright and Taylor outside the ends. You got Strong and Savage Joseph. So everywhere you got coaches like Cristobal coaches tight ends and tackles, and then you got Mariball on the inside guys. So everywhere you go, it's basically a one-on-one. I mean, you have that intensity. So yes, you're gonna get guys in your face. It's like 30 coaches out there. So yeah, the coaches and it's not about getting on the guy, right? It's about accountability. Hey, this is what expectation we have for you. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you should do. This is what you have to do, and we're going to hold you to that every time, repeatedly. So that's what we got working right there with us. And just technique wise, I can say this, man. Our DB room, which is one of the biggest holes that we all feel we had last year, as far as coverage and tackling and all those things. But I can tell you, like Couch, he looks like a different player. Like he looks like that freshman guy that we thought was going to turn into legit lockdown corner. Like he's turned the corner. Dennison, I mean, Dennison had a hit yesterday, which was crazy. I mean, it came through. It was alive on Twitter Space, and it came through. Like everybody heard that. It was like crazy just how those guys look totally different, and just how their technique has been totally different going in. So they're working. They're hitting it. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, now I seen a report yesterday that like basically Mario wasn't feeling the way practice was going. He wasn't feeling the energy. Feel like people weren't putting in maximum effort. So he shut that thing down. Like basically got everybody together and say, listen, man, tighten up. Let's start this thing over. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess somebody they said they heard what he was saying. It had to be a ball boy. Like it couldn't have been anybody on the field because I mean, shoot, they was in the middle of the field, just the coaches and the players. So I couldn't hear what he was saying. I don't know what he was saying, but I do know that he stopped practice and he wasn't happy. I mean, not just the players, coaches as well. And now that's good to hear because they're not. He's not going to let the team fail. That's what we do know. He's not going to let them fail at all.
yeah, and it seems like with Mario in the building now, a lot has changed because now we're starting to see photos come out of legendary players, former players coming out there. Recently, I seen photos with Warren Sapp. I see even entertainers out there with Trick Daddy. Those guys, a lot of those guys are coming back. So far, who all have you seen came back to the Canes since Mario's been here?
Man, I guess they said they had a group chat and everybody's coming out. Like yesterday, John Beeson, I mean Vince Woodford, Greg Russo. Um, I mean, just first rounders, man. Like you see first rounders coming out. Um, I think previously, obviously, Warren Sapp, uh, almost some of everybody, man, from Highsmith to let me see, all the older guys, Philip Buchanan,
Edrin
I think,
James.
yeah, EJ, and there was some guys. I mean, obviously, man, I'm getting my whole mock mixed up. Devin Hester, I don't know, man. It's a bunch of guys. Some guys from the early '90s was out there. I can't remember their name, obviously. But I mean, just a ton of guys just coming out. It's kind of the atmosphere is insane. Like the atmosphere is like I always tell people. I say, man, it's weird because football is going on and the prizes are highly intense, right? Like them shits like they banging, dog. But it's like you also got like this rock style feel. Like the trick daddies are out there. Was there yesterday, so like you got this aura about hey man, that's such and such. And then on top of that, you got the top recruits in the country. And I gotta tell people all the time, like, you want to talk about brand name and everything. And I've been doing recruiting, like I'm huge in recruiting, and everybody know that. Dog, I've never seen over the last 20 years what university has had this many top recruits visit their campus on their own down in the spring. This is not a spring game, right? We're not talking about a spring game like a one-time event. We're talking about just over a period of the last 60 days, or no, 30 days, how many top recruits we got from the 23 class and 24 class and paying their own down to come see Miami, not once, twice, right? So that's insane. So now you got all the top recruits out here with the old timers, you know what I'm saying, with all these celebrity guests, with an intense practice. It's like the atmosphere is like really insane. Like it's jumpy. It's like it's crazy, man. That's all I can say. Like it's interesting. Like I don't even know like what to put with like because I it's not taken away from the practice because if you're a player, you can't be distracted because you're getting so many snaps. Like everybody is hustling from horn to horn. Is the horn blows, you run to the next drill, next station, you go. Same thing. It's like that throughout the whole practice. So you can't really just sit around and be like, oh, these guys here. It's just work, man. So it's interesting. It's kind of no interesting.
All right, so practice going on, scrimmages is happening. I think during this time last year when we was getting the scrimmages, we did get a lot more stats and info. I think they're being a lot low key, and I think for us fans, we want to know everything, but I do think that's a good thing that they're being low key, with that information. But anyways, let's do this. Let's go into some positional groups. You can tell how the competition is going. Who you see in your eyes as of right now that's striving for first and second team. So we'll start with the quarterback room.
One big development I see out of that is the gap that TVD is now compared to Jake Garcia. And I mean, I can honestly say last spring, there probably was no gap where a lot of people felt that probably Jake was even better, even going through the summer, right? Even up until that injury in the Connecticut game, right? Everybody kind of probably felt both those guys were kind of even. And it was a quarterback battle, but there is clearly no battle right now. Like there's no battle. TVD is head and shoulders above and very different and just he's different. Like he makes things happen. The ball looks good come out of his hand. I mean everything just look easy, right? It just looks easy. He makes everything looks easy. So I think the biggest development there is just how far he's kind of removed himself. Like there is no quarterback issue right now. There is no quarterback battle. There's not even like whatever. Now that's not saying that Jake is not good because he actually looks good, but TVD is just different. He has command of offense. You could tell it's his team now, and the offense runs and looks different when he's back there.
Okay, so what about the young buck, Ja'Cory Brown? How's he doing? How's he fitting in?
Man, look, he's not a freshman. I always tell people he's a high school freshman, right? I'm like, just think about what you was doing in April when you was a senior in high school. So he's a young boy. He's young in age, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, bro, he's getting this experience now as a high school freshman, right? And he's gonna have this spring with a summer, and then this season with another spring. He's gonna be good as hell. Like he is actually, if he could take that next level with development and everything. I mean, obviously now, I mean, he looks like a freshman, but he's in college. He's big. He's all 6'4". He looks highly impressive. Obviously, he's an athlete, and the sky. I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can really see. Obviously, you see the things he struggles with, but obviously, he's supposed to struggle with those things, right? Accuracy, timing, and just being comfortable in the pocket. But he gets it. I mean, it's going to be on the next level.
Okay, you guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. So the running back room, we know we got Don Chaney and we got Knighton. They're injured. I've seen them out there in a couple clips in the red shirt and stuff like that. But Of course, you're out there. So what's the running back room looking like, and who you think is pulling for first and second?
Um, I mean, right now it's Parrish and Franklin right now, obviously because of injuries. Those other guys, but I mean, Parrish he's carrying the load right now. The last couple of practices, Franklin he's been getting more snaps with TVD. I think they're doing it purposely. I think they're kind of giving a different mix of running back. So the last practice it was mostly. Hold on one second. Somebody at my door. Oh, I'm sorry about y'all. Yeah, so mostly, can you do it?
Yeah, I think we lost you. All right, guys. Guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Somebody knocked at the door, so give them a second or so. Give them a minute or so. Make sure you guys hit the like button though. We got 60 people watching, 44 likes. So hit the like button if you haven't already. All right. So Slim Shady Kane says no substitution for game experience. I mean, you're right about that. You're right about that. But unfortunately for us, we can't get no game experience in the spring other than the spring game. So right now, what's going on in practice is what we got, and without practice, you don't want to. If there wasn't no practice, you definitely don't want to see him. In regular games or whatever, because it would look sloppy. So practice make perfect. It ain't like the Allen Iverson days where he just didn't care about practice. But anyways, yeah, man. Let me see what else. T2I, your show is always good. Keep up. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Super chat if you can. Hit the donation button if you can. There's no pressure. You know. What else? What else? Share the channel. Share the channel. Tell everybody to subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. Right now, waiting on my guest. Somebody knocked at his door, so right now we're just waiting for him to come back on and give you guys this information. Slim Shady, I'm talking about there is a big gap between TVD and Garcia. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the experts, the people that are actually there, they're saying that TVD is taking it to a whole nother level. You know, last year and even the beginning of this spring camp, we were saying that TVD and Garcia was neck to neck and stuff. It seems like TVD is taking it to a whole nother level now. So
All
we'll
right,
see
I'm
how.
back, Bray.
All right, so yeah,
Sorry
okay. So
about
my
that.
my guest is back. Had somebody at the door. You was telling us about the running backs.
Yeah, so I mean, Paris, he's been carrying the load. He's that workhorse. Obviously, he's a favorite of Kevin Smith. We've seen Thad Franklin. I mean, he's been really coming on. I think he literally struggled with the pace. I think he really struggled because a lot of times Paris was carrying a load, and then sometimes Paris had to turn around and run the tools as well. But lately, it hasn't been that way. Franklin has been kind of carrying a load, and a couple of times he kind of showed his strength in a couple of carries where, I mean, he falls forward. He's a thick guy. He's big. He's athletic. Obviously, he doesn't have that breakaway speed, but he's been kind of showing. He's been bringing it lately. I think he had to get more in shape. I think the pace was kind of really, messing with him. But Paris, I mean, Paris, he looks good as advertised. I mean, we've been really concentrating on running in between the tackles this spring. So I think that's just the thing right now. They may add some outside zones coming up because I think for the first time this past Saturday, they actually did a couple of more outside zones. But right now they just been focused on inside run. So everything kind of inside run with those guys. So I mean they're looking pretty good. I've seen Rooster now and Cheney. They're with the red jersey. They're going through individual drills. Sometimes in the 907, 907 offense defense, which is kind of a run game. They are getting carries, but it's more non-contact. Like they get, once they get the first little contact, nobody is going to the ground, so it's nothing hard. So they're getting those kind of reps, which is highly encouraging. So just to know those guys just aren't kind of sitting around and watching practice, they're actually getting into it now. So that's a real good thing with those two individuals right there.
One running back that I haven't been hearing much about, haven't been hearing anything bad, anything good at all. But it's Cody Brown. What's the deal with him?
I mean, he's running with the threes. I mean, he had some good plays, obviously. One, a couple of things, 2 weeks ago, one other practice, he actually had a touchdown from a blown coverage. I mean, he's solid, but he's clearly not on the level of Parrish and Franklin. Like he's just not. He doesn't get a lot of reps in the running back position, but he did get a couple snaps. Pass scrimmage, got some run plays, but defense just been turned up the last three practices, right? They've been kind of getting after it. Um, they're not just playing a base defense anymore. They're moving guys, they're blitzing gaps and stuff like that, walking down people. So it's kind of a little different now. But I mean, all in all, running back group they look pretty good. I think it's because of the O line. But that's kind of it. I mean, that I think Franklin he's kind of getting his legs underneath him. And he's playing. I mean, he's showing right now that hey, look, I ain't just gonna give it up because at first it looked like he was just giving it up the running back position to Paris. Like, okay, man, you take all the run reps, and I just sit here and wait. So now it's a little battle right now. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and also we haven't seen Trevante Citizen come on yet, so competition is there right now, but it's going to turn up a little more once he get on campus.
Shit, the
Uh,
man, look, they love Citizen, they love him, right? And they feel he brings a different dynamic to the group. So the current group of guys, and we just it's gotta be an honest conversation. It's like, hey, look, you're part of the old regime, and this is the new regime going forward, regardless of what potential you have. Like, okay, Cheney, if you that guy, you have to be that guy and stay healthy. Rooster, if you that guy, okay, you gotta be that guy and be able to get more than 3 yard carry, right? So all those things kind of factor into it. Plus, I think it'd be great for us if we can actually have five deep. I know we was having arguments on our space about this, but I think you need five deep. One, injuries happen. We know that. But if you can get a five rotation, especially if you're running a hurry up offense, you can get different guys to go 100% every time they go in. That just boosts you up. Imagine you got a fresh Knighton and a fresh Paris, a fresh Cheney, a fresh Thad Franklin, a fresh Citizen coming in getting snaps. Like now you can rotate those guys. And if you look at Gaddis's offense from last year, he had one guy, 1,300 yards, and this guy 900 yards. The third guy had like 500. So he's used to spreading the wealth, right? So we can spread the wealth. You're gonna need to be about five deep in order to kind of get that done.
okay. So let's switch from the running backs and go on over to the receivers. I've been hearing that there hasn't been a receiver right now that's more consistent than Xavier Restrepo when it comes to catches. But I've also been hearing that if they were to say there was a receiver number one right now, most likely it would be Jacoby George. So let us know what you're seeing from the receivers out there.
Shoot, man, consistency. I mean, one guy. I mean, you don't have to talk about a lot. Who you just said, X. Like Restrepo, he's one of those guys you don't even mention because he's gonna bring it. He's brought it. You know what you're gonna get from him, and it's like that's a guy you don't even have to say, okay, who's the top three receivers. I won't even say his name because he's already one of the top receivers. Like period. In one on ones, he's unguardable. Like can't nobody check him. He's 210 right now. That's what he told me on Saturday. He's 210 freaking pounds. That's insane, right? That's insane. That's insane. and he has no body fat. Like so, last practice he had about 3 catches against Couch. Couch had great coverage, but it was like those third down, need 5 yards, 6 yards across the middle of the hash. And he made those 3 catches on them, but it was like those catches where that you see that weight and that strength coming in the play. So obviously he's one of the guys. I mean, if we think Braxton Berrios was that guy, I mean, I think he's gonna kind of do those numbers or even a lift that, barring injuries. So he's that guy. Jacory George, I think George is probably the second most consistent one out of everybody. Like he's really kind of separating themselves, to that group of of top guys. Smith, I think Smith number 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously his speed makes a difference. He's running with the ones right now. And I think he's gonna be a bit different. Now I say with him and everybody out there, it's kind of even. Latson, he caught another deep pass Saturday. I think he's consistently getting behind the defense. I mean, he can run. I think he's getting his legs behind him. He's going to be a threat. He's the biggest body receiver out there, and he's going hard. He's going to obviously get into the rotation and get a ton of playing time. And sometimes he does run the runs, depending on the situation. Now, forgive me if I don't know everybody's name. Number 15, receiver number 15. Who's that, coach?
No, Keyshawn.
All right, Keyshawn. Man, look, Keyshawn is obviously Keyshawn is going to be he's going to be one of our go-to guys. But with everything, he got to catch the damn ball consistently, man. Like he's consistently gets open in practice, and he'll have big catches, but then it's going to always be that occasional drop, right? That occasional drop, and that occasional drop hurts momentum. That occasional drop. First, I think so. The Saturday he had some good catches, but when they was driving on a 2 minute first down, quick 8 yard out route, he's wide open and he drops it. Right, 2 practices ago, he had 2 false start penalties. So it's like the small things with him starts to add up, and I don't know that may bump him down to the depth chart if those continues. He just has to be more consistent in that level. But as far as his talent and everything else, I mean, he has it all, right? He could be that number 1 target for us. He just has to just be more consistent with it.
Okay. What about Daz Worsham? How's he doing? Because I've been hearing a lot of people giving him praises.
Man, Worsham make plays. He make plays. Like if you go to practice, he's going to make a play. Either up top, he had a deep ball from Garcia that he caught last practice. He had a couple of plays across the middle that he caught. I mean, he's going to make plays. So that's one. I mean, he's really kind of shown that he's a gamer. So whatever he may be missing with those different intangibles, as far as like big size, big receiver, he's been making plays. So he's been a huge surprise right now. That I mean, he's really pushing it. Pushing the pace right now, and he's going to actually challenge for some significant playing time. We'll see what happens when Romelo comes back, but I mean, he's been making plays. He's been a big surprise. I can tell you that from my eyes.
And last one is Michael Redden. What's the deal with him?
I mean, it's only one ball, right? So I can't really say too much about him. I mean, he's consistent. I mean, hasn't done anything to kind of really stand out right now. But I mean, right now he's solid. Right now, I mean, he hasn't. I haven't seen him do anything kind of special or whatever. I think all those guys right now are kind of bunch. He hasn't separated himself from the bunch. I'm gonna just say that. They're kind of
Uh,
all right there in the little same little area. Kind of, what I'm saying? You can kind of intermix those guys. So he hasn't separated himself yet.
so we got a $2 donation from a Florida State fan. It says Cuban Jesus is a 500, a below five was a 500 coach. Yeah, we're not even gonna worry about that. You want to talk about coaches, and you at Florida State, your coach ain't even nowhere near 500. So we're just gonna leave it at your coach right now is like the Lakers, my Lakers. You below 500. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. The offensive line. What are you seeing so far?
Nah, I'm gonna admit this, man. Like I'll tell people, like that's one of the positions that I can't really pinpoint on because they practice on the far right? So what they're the most limited group you can kind of get to, because they don't let you go that far. You can go. You kind of go on the left side, right? If you look at the football field, you go on the left side, walk up and down. That's the defensive side, right? The right side, not too much. So if you can get to the front side, right side, but not to the back, and that's where the O line practices at, right? So you can't really see a lot individual drills and they're getting coached up. But I will say this, and I'm keep telling people, DJ Scaife looks good. He looks good at right tackle. I mean, he looks real good. He's solid, and I mean, to my surprise, I know we everybody watch those games, and people may have a certain feeling about him, or they want him at right guard, but he has been looking very damn good at right tackle. I mean, really has been holding it down. He's a leader. I mean, he's getting the guys right. You kind of see him being more vocal, but I mean, talent wise, movement wise, he looks good. Like he looks really good at that right tackle. Like he's holding it down to the point where he hasn't given up pressure. I mean, run blocking. I mean, he's really doing his thing. Very impressed with him. Um, After that, I can't lie. I can't think of anybody's name. Is there a 77? I think it is, or 67. I think it's 67. I
Yeah.
don't know. So I can't really say everything else. I just know the transfer from Oregon looks real good. I think he's working at right guard. I'm not right or left guard. So
So I
like I
got
said, I'll admit that.
1 second, boss. I got a 19.99 donation, a $20 donation. Tell them knows to go watch. Tell them knows to go war channel. I got some. I appreciate that $20 donation. I got some for those Seminole fans. Here y'all go.
We here, we back. Florida State is back, and we're gonna show that Saturday. Uh,
Yeah, and one more for the Florida State fans. All right. All right, appreciate that $20 donation, Hurricane Speed Jr. Appreciate that, boss. All right, so let's go on to the defensive side. We'll start with the defensive line. How they looking out there? Who's standing out to you? Are you there, Coach? You can hear me, Coach? Y'all bear with us. I'm not sure. I think we got some technical difficulties, so bear with us. I'm not sure if he's lost signal or something, but bear with us. In the oh, all right. So we lost him. Hopefully, give him a sec, give him a second, give him a minute to come back in. We lost him right now. So, but make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button for us right now. As you guys know, like I said, I'm not out there on the field. I'm not there, so I'm trying to bring you guys guests that could give you the information because they're out there. They see what's going on and stuff like that. You know, y'all y'all let me know in the chat. Give me a yes or a no. I know this might sound funny to y'all, but should I try to get Susan Miller to come on here? Should I try to get Susan Miller to come on here? I know some of y'all be, aggravated by her by some of the questions that she be asking, but y'all let me know. Should I reach out to Susan Miller? So, coach, if you're watching, hit the link again, please. They say no, nobody want y'all. Y'all don't want Susan Miller. Y'all don't think she'll come on here and ask some good questions. Y'all don't think she asks good questions at the press conference and stuff. I was listening to the press conference yesterday, and I swear to God, I felt like Mario wanted to just like. I feel like she aggravated him. He wanted to snap on her. I feel like that, but Susan always asks them crazy questions that nobody's thinking of or nobody really care about. To be honest with you, so right now I'm gonna go through some of the comments until my guests come back on. Like I said, technical difficulties. Oh yeah, George is 15. All right, there you go, Coach. Coach is back on.
Man, I don't know, man. You play that video, my whole system went crazy.
All right, so I won't play anymore. Normally what I do is I play those back clips, little clips, when somebody come in here, especially a Florida State fan, play something like that to get them up or whatever. But anyways, so back to the defensive line. What are you seeing from those guys? You said Scaife was looking good. What are you seeing from those guys out there?
Defensive line, right?
Yeah.
All right, so look, me and Street have been going back and forth on X, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what y'all looking at. What I see, and I called this out from the first 2 weeks of practice. I'm like, dog, Leonard Taylor looks like he's been reading all his press clippings. He doesn't look like that dog. And we want to keep comparing him because he's going to be this and that. I'm like, bro, I know dogs. He ain't no dog. He
So
could
you
be a
saying
dog.
so you saying he's taken a step back?
I'm not saying he's taking a step back at all. I'm saying that he got $1 million and he's looking like he's okay with life right now. So I said that the first 2 weeks, and I'm like, bro, Leonard Taylor isn't bringing it. He's inconsistent. He very inconsistent. Like some plays, you see it, but then majority of the time you really don't see it. So they thought I was just playing. I'm like, okay. So last week practice, I'm like, it was one practice in particular. They're working on double team drill. Like, bro, Leonard Taylor got driven like 5 yards. And I saw Mario Cristobal. He just shook his head. And I was like, man, this man playing like crap. So politely, the last two practices, he's been running with the tools. He's been demoted. So he's not running with the first group. He's been demoted to the tools. And then it's not me talking trash. It's just like they saw what I was seeing. Like the effort just hasn't been there consistently. He doesn't fight off the blocks like he's supposed to when it comes to the run game. Now, I will give him this. This is the first time he's seeing this type of run offense, right? He's his first time he's seeing this type of offense come his way. So, I mean, I know you guys may have a problem with that one, but I mean, that's what it turn. That's what it is, you know.
Okay. Anybody else on the defensive line that's shining or
Yeah, Jordan Miller. I mean, somebody told me like, man, he looked impressive last year. No, man, Jordan Miller is that guy. Hold on one second. My bad, I had to get a pickup. But no, so Jordan Miller looks good, man. I mean, he looks really good. He's playing hard. And like I said, those guys are actually playing like a game. They get so many reps. And he hasn't been bit by the injury bug. He's been getting all the snaps since the first day of practice. He's been looking really damn good, man. So how you pronounce his name? Number 55.
55? I don't actually. Let me pull up the roster because I don't have the number to
Yeah, let
player.
me get his. They keep telling me his name every time. They was like, John, you got to get.
Does anybody in the chat know who's number 55? I know the players by name, but sometimes the numbers, don't come to my head off the top.
Now I'm gonna make sure I get this. I get this roster, so I'm not. All right, so that number 55 is Jacob Lichtenstein. That's what it is. I know it's that's a long name. So Lichtenstein, I think he needs to put on probably another 15 pounds, but kid plays hard. He's been excellent in the run game. When it comes down to the running, especially the last 3 practices, man, he's been holding that shit down. Like he's fitting up. He's in his right fit. As a matter of fact, the linebacker play has increased as he got to the whatever the one. I'm just being honest. The Smith instead look way better when he's in there, and that's just the reality of it. I mean, I can say we love Leonard Taylor, but Langenstein he's been playing. Um, I know he doesn't look 270 because of his long frame. I think he needs to put on some more weight, but I mean he's been playing hard. I mean, run fit. He's that guy. He's gonna do that dirty work right there, right? So he's been very impressive. Chaz Williams been coming with it. He's been looking good. He may not have the speed, coming off the edge far for the pass rush, but you could tell he's gotten stronger. He's been holding that edge down. Obviously, he got some improvement to do, but yeah, he's been bringing it. Harvey, I mean, shoot, last scrimmage he had another 2 sacks. The previous weekend he had 2 sacks, right? So he's a guy that's coming, man. Like he's been getting the reps. Last practice he worked with Jason Taylor, man, him and Coach Wright for an extra 30 minutes, just working on get-offs and hand placement, pass rush skills. Harvey, to me, he's been looking very good. I mean, that's a guy I was kind of mid on and kind of like, you know what, hey, we got to go ahead and get some transfer in and kind of take that spot. But he's been playing, even though he doesn't have that prototypical size, but the kid's been playing hard, man. Just really getting out there. So he's been a big surprise.
Okay, and another one
Now,
I've been to that's been making a name for himself as of lately, Alan Hay,
what number?
number 97, Alan Hay.
I was getting ready to say it got to be 97. I was getting ready to say it got to be 97. Hell yeah, yeah. Like he that guy that his jersey gonna be sideways. It's gonna be unkempt, but that's because he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like he in that mud. Like I was getting ready to say, it had to be 97. 97. Yeah, he's been bringing it. So I've been highly impressed with him. Now he has to. I think he should put a little bit more weight on. But I was told he's a true freshman or redshirt freshman.
He's a redshirt freshman. He's at they list
Okay.
him at 305 right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I probably want him. Well, shoot, we'll see how his body transforms. He probably need to turn some of that into more muscle then. But he's been looking good. So yeah, young boy looking good. Is he ready to kind of survive a whole entire year? I think we need help right there. Um, we're gonna need another D lineman, D tackle specifically. So I know Moton should come in and help that and help us solidify that. But yeah, I like him. I like the signs that he's shown. He's a fighter, man. Like he gets in that mud. He stands in the paint, and he just goes hard. And I think he's actually gotten better as the practice has kind of been mounting, just getting used to that pace. Another guy who I've been high on, I've been ridiculously high on because he kind of reminds me of me, and
So you
that's Thomas Davis.
okay, perfect. I just was about to say you going with number 95.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, Thomas Davis, bro. Like I called his name out the second practice. I've been calling his name out every time, and everybody like, dang, John, you been talking about Dave. I'm like, bro, the kid, he's just been kind of going hard. He's that undersized DN. They got him listed at 6'2". I'm 6 foot. He looking at me in the eye. So y'all just go from that, right? So he shows his speed. I put it like that. He shows that he does run a 4.5. Like he can really get after it, you know. And he's another kid. He's been fighting. Like last practice, he just got gas. Him and Cyrus Moss. I think Chaz Williams missed the last 2 or 2.5 series. So I think he was out with injury. So the rotation, obviously we got an injury bug at the end, so the rotation kind of really been short. So those two guys were taking reps, and you could tell like he was out there dying. But the kid goes hard. I mean, he's one of those bugs. Like you could tell once he gets it, I don't think he's ready now, like to kind of go every play. But he's gonna be one of those guys. And a Kevin Steele, I've seen Kevin Steele. They had a dude just like him. I think it was I can't remember his name. It was number 4. That was that outside rush backer that was hell to everybody, right? He could be that guy because he is so fast. So he gives you a dilemma. Every time they run towards him, it looks like you can get movement off of him, but if anything breaks the outside, he's gonna run it down, right? And then he can fight. He's gonna fight like tooth and nail, like a little ant. So Thomas Davis has really been bringing it, man. I mean, I've been highly impressed with him. And then obviously Cyrus Moss. I mean, he's a pup, man. He's a pup, but he is getting all the reps. He's gonna be a damn dog. I mean, he is gonna be a true dog. Just mark my words. He's gonna be a first rounder because he's getting all of this prep. I mean, he's getting beat up, but last practice he had a strip sack on Jake Garcia. Now, obviously, he shouldn't have hit the quarterback, but I mean, it was pretty impressive, man. He beat number 79, whoever that is, for a strip sack. So Cyrus Moses, he's gonna be that guy to
Number
lead
7,
that.
that's McLaughlin, Michael
Yeah,
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Yeah, yeah, big boy. Yeah, big tall boy.
All right, somebody in the chat is asking about Ishmael. So what's the deal with Jabari Ishmael?
Uh,
If I'm not mistaken, isn't
I,
he on
I,
the?
I, I'll be. Yeah, he probably be injured. I put it like this: there are only 4 defensive ends going. That's it. Like there's nobody else getting reps. So he may be individual drills, but if you, I kind of like missed that. I always get that a little later, and then when I get there, I really just focus on the DBs as far as individuals. But if you're not Chaz Williams, Harvey, Moss, or Davis, you're not getting the reps. So I don't know what's up with Ismail, but he's not in there. And if he does get reps, it's better. But as far as defensive ends, it's only those 4 going. So I think Ismail, and I think he has been hurt,
Yeah,
but
that's
he
number.
hasn't been making any noise. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Ishmael, that's number 93. I think I've seen that he was injured. Not sure if he's back at practice.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because I mean, a guy like that, I mean, 6'4", I would have seen him. But I mean, 6'5", but everybody was kind of asking about him. I'm like, I'm not. I said, look, I haven't seen him. And as far as the 2 deep, it's only those 4 going at defensive end. There's nobody else getting any reps.
All right, let's take a step back to the offense because I actually forgot one position on
I
accident.
know I was getting ready to say. I think somebody put it down there or something, but I was just looking at it like, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the tight ends position. Who you see out there shining? Who's getting the reps? I know that they
Man,
say
look,
Mallory is out for the.
Elijah Elijah Arroyo he's that guy. Like he has it all. I mean, size, big kid. He had 2 catches in a little 2-minute period. Like he is going to be a problem. Like when you add the run in the passing game off of the action that we have in the backfield, I mean, he's going to be hell because he can move. He's tough, and he's a bigger kid. Like he has weight on him, so he's going to be hell, man. I mean, you match that with what Mallory does in the passing game. He's the most complete tight end we have. When you put everything together, he's the most complete. I mean, he's head above his above real Mallory. I mean, I'm not a Mallory fan because if you can't use your tight end to block, what use are you? You got to be in the game. You just can't you can't just put a tight end in the game just to do pass plays because now you dictating the defense can dictate anything. And if you got a smart enough mind, they gonna just whoop you behind. So he's pretty good. But he looked good. Real Mallory when he was in there, he looked good as far as especially in the passing game. I think he was a kind of a security blanket for TDD because he kept finding them. I mean, he looked real good as far as in the passing game. Skinner is probably the most impressive because of he's a freshman, right? And I'm a high school freshman. I keep saying that because he guys in high school. He's probably the most specimen looking at all of them besides Arroyo. Like the movement he has, his size, how he's picking up on offense has been highly impressive. Now, because when since Mallory been down, Khalil Brentley has been getting a lot of more snaps, so he's been kind of showing his worth as well. And then also we have Dominic, I think is Mamarelli or something like that.
Yeah, Memorelli.
Yeah, Mamarelli, he's been getting a lot of more snaps. And I will say this: the snaps that Skinner was getting before, he's not getting those same snaps now. So now those going to Bentley and Memorelli. And Memorelli, he's been showing a lot of promise, man. I'll be honest with you. Catching the ball at the backfield, blocking down on the edge, being good in the run. And then Brentley is just an athlete, right? So you can see the matchup problems. I think one time they came out the two tight end set. So sometimes they'll be close to the line of scrimmage. They had one time where both Arroyo and Bentley was kind of flanked out. And what that does, if I'm a defensive coordinator, you put two tight ends in the game, I have my assistant yell that, and guess what? I have a defense because that's more of a run-oriented offense. But now you can spread those two out. So now I put in three linebackers instead of a nickel. Now you can get those mismatches out. Or guess what? You got your nickel in, but now you got to guard Arroyo, and you got a smaller guy on them, right? So it's a lot of things you can do with those guys. So I think our tight end group, that's the deepest. I know people kept saying our running back group, our tight end group is the deepest group on the football team, bar none.
Yeah, you got you got Will Mallory, you got Memorelli, you got Bentley. I'm at Brentley, Arroyo, and Skinner. So yeah, it's pretty deep. And any of those guys, have what it takes to pretty much play any Saturday. I would think. All right, so let's
Yeah.
let's
Uh-huh.
jump back onto the defensive side. Let's go into the cornerbacks. What are you seeing out there for the cornerback position?
Okay, so corners, I mean, if you we can start at the freak, which is James Williams. James Williams is going to be good as advertised. Now hold the brakes on comparing him to Sean Taylor and all that. I wouldn't say Sean Taylor-ish, but another first rounder you could compare him with is Brandon Mayweather. I think he's that guy that kind of loves to be around the ball, loves to get to the run game, can still cover the slot, make plays in the pass game. I think that's James, and we're moving him all over the damn field right now. So he's as good as advertised. When you go out there and look, you be like, okay, damn, who is this brother? Like right here. So that's a guy. And hopefully we get more guys like that. I don't want James Williams to keep sticking out. I want to see more guys that kind of look like him. So James Williams is obviously that guy. Vonta Williams. I mean, I always speak him. I never talk about him. He is like Restrepo. Like he's that consistent player that's consistent every day that you don't even kind of mention. It's like, of course he's playing good, right? Of course he's not out of position, right? So I think he's an emotional player though, so you kind of keep the reins on him that I'm kind of seeing in practice. But I mean he's been playing real good. So I've been impressed with both those guys, obviously because I mean they've been playing good. Another guy that's kind of really, I don't know, shocked everybody because he's been hurt for a while, and that's just Blaze, man. Like Blaze really has come out and he's played outside corner. He's played the nickel. Last practice, he worked that safety. So he's a guy that I mean, Al Blaze has just been kind of really blown the top off, and he's been good everywhere. Like I mean, he missed the pick last Saturday, last practice. I keep saying Saturday, Thursday. So he missed the pick, but he made a good break on the ball, deep pass from Jay Garcia, and that's it. Beat another corner. But Blaze showed good range from the middle of the field. He's good at nickel. He's good at corner. I mean, shit, I mean everything that you've been hearing out of practice about him. I mean, he's been good. So he's been another guy. Now some surprises. I'm gonna say Couch, man. Like Couch has. I mean, I'm just honest. Like I keep looking at that infamous 4th and 14 and just how what he was playing. It's like, okay, dude, like you don't have any field awareness, and we all know he took up bad last year, and it could be those effect of COVID that happened, and he just kind of couldn't get back right. And you know, I wanted to behind out of there, but with the new coaching staff, I mean, Couch has been bringing like he's that guy. I mean, even last practice they actually worked him. He was he was running with the ones as far as outside corner, but he's at the he played nickel last practice and looked damn good. Like looked damn good at it. So he's a guy, and he looked good at outside as well. So he's a guy that's been kind of really bringing it, man. So I kind of like that guy and whatnot. And then DJ Ivy, I mean, I'm a fan of his. I think he can get it, put it all together this year with the kind of coaching style we have. Keep his mind into it. But he's been solid. He's been really holding his position down. And then one of the big surprises to me is Isaiah Dunson. Like Isaiah Dunson has, I mean, he looks different. Like he really looks different. He makes plays. He had a big hit on Thursday. Kind of got everybody going open field tackling. Oh, that's one of the things, Ty, that you don't see missed tackles in practice. Like they're not missing tackles. I mean, these guys are bringing it. But Dunson has been probably one of the most impressive out of all the DBs as far as like what you expected to what you're getting right now.
Okay. Okay. Um, I know Tariq Stevenson. I know he's out. Haven't really seen him, you know, much in the media or whatever. I think they say he's wearing a red shirt.
Yep.
So Al
Now
Blades.
so the biggest thing now, I'm gonna be honest, the biggest thing that came out of last Saturday practice is when everybody heard on the space. Ty said, "Oh man, when I come back, I'm playing nickel." I'm like, "What? What you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna move Al outside. I'm playing nickel." So that was the biggest surprise. I mean, I didn't expect that. I thought he'd come back, play the outside role. But with his speed, with his hips, with his coverage ability, and the size he has now, that can actually work out perfect for us. To be honest with you, I mean that gives us a ton of depth, and you actually want a rotation. I think you need a rotation of safeties, probably at least five deep, and then you want to go at least four deep at the corner, at least minimum four deep at the corner. And I think we can kind of get that.
Yeah. What about the guy Marcus Clark, number 28? How's he doing?
Oh man, Marcus Clark. Okay, I'm put it like this. He's in rails. He's running the one and twos. Like he's one of those interchangeable guys right now. I mean, he's been looking good. I forgot to talk about him. He's been looking good, man. I mean, I want to see how it translates to actually game day, but in practice, like, I mean, he's been looking good. Like he's been, I'll say the first couple of days of practice, if you do one-on-one period, it was clearly the receiver was on another level. 7-on-7 period, it looked too easy. 11-on-11, I mean, offense got what they wanted. And these last three practices, I mean, from one-on-ones to everything, they're not giving a dime. If your name is not Restrepo, you're not getting open. That's all I'm saying. Like, or if you're getting open, you got to make that tough catch. Or I mean, Lassen is a speed guy, but everybody else, I mean, Marcus Clark is making a name right now. He's giving the coach that impression, like, hey, don't forget me. So yeah, I forgot about Marcus Clark. He's been doing
And
pretty good.
what about Malik Curtis? Malik Curtis, that's on number 16.
Man, Lee Curtis got beat on D balls. So yeah, he got a lot of work. He ain't ready yet.
You think he's more of a return team kind of guy? Because I heard he got the speed and the burst to do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He just I don't know. He just had a bad day yesterday. He just had a bad. This was just one of them days where whatever he got caught looking somewhere, whatever. But I mean, he got beat twice, so and nobody else has. So and it sticks out, right? It sticks out because when the ball goes up in the air and there's two people there,
Oh
you kind
man.
of see the other guy who gets beat. So not to pile up on him, the defense was kind of shutting behind down. Like there was really any chest, yesterday, any chest, and then those two big plays come, one early on and then one late in practice. Kind of was like, so but yeah, he may not be a solid corner like that, but in his return game, I think that's probably where he kind of show his worth.
Okay, okay. So let's get into the position of need, the position of most concern by most of the fans, the linebackers. What you seeing out there? Who's stepping it up? Who? Who's running with the ones and twos?
All right, Keandre Smith. I mean, he had a big play, big hit on Paris, caused the fumble on a blitz. Like I say, they're not just stacking anymore. They're not just line up in base defense and just just making it easy block for the offense now. So I mean, Keandre Smith been playing, man. He got a pick as well the other practice. I think on Saturday practices. So he's been really kind of like getting fit. I think, like I say, with Lincolnstein and Miller, they've been playing better. Four been really been playing better. Obviously 17 Steve, he's been running with the ones. I think he's probably the quarterback of the defense right now. Obviously, both those guys, they're not physically, what I'm saying, imposing and impressive like that. They don't have that draw, but I mean, they've been playing better. Um, you say, people want to talk about, getting transfers in. Okay, if you get a transfer in, you got to be better than what we have. So, but Wayne instead, he's been here for a while. He kind of knows football. He's a smart guy. They've been playing better. I think the only thing they don't have right is the numbers, right? The size, the speed and stuff like that. But the most impressive out of those two has been Keandre Smith. Obviously, Wesley Vicente been getting a ton of reps with the tools. He's been hurt the last two practices. He has a hamstring injury that he's kind of nursing right now, but he's a mainstay with the tools. Right now, he's going to play. I mean, he's Mario first priority, getting Charlie Strong, and he's going to play. They're getting him ready to play. It's just when he's going to be able to start, it's just going to be at the time thing, but he's going to play and he's going to start eventually, and if he don't start, he's going to come off the bench, pretty early. So he's going to play. After that, obviously we got Corey Flag. Um, I mean, Flag is just one of those guys. He's gonna do everything the right way. He's gonna line up perfectly. He might hit the right hole. He just doesn't have all the attributes as far as the speed, agility, strength, and all that kind of nature. But he plays hard as hell, man. Um, I think he's gonna be good for our team, man. I think he's gonna be good for our team. Whether he could translate that into making more plays on the football field, I mean, he's got to play more instinctively, and then it all kind of depends on how we kind of attack offenses this year, right? To see if he could kind of, get the game plan. After him, Huff made another pick. I mean, he made a big hit too yesterday. Um, he's been nursing a shoulder injury, right? He's been nursing a shoulder injury, so yeah, Avery Huff, right? Yeah, he's been nursing a shoulder injury. We'll see. I mean, he looks like that physical part, right? He looks physical, but it's just something it's something that's not kind of getting there. But if we blitzing and we kind of moving guys, he may can find his way on the football field. After that, we need help. That's all I'm gonna say. After him, we need help.
What about Tariq Austin Caves? Has he stepped up?
All right, so everyone keeps talking about him, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. If I put it like this, nobody after Huff is really playing. I mean, you got Ragone. I see Ragone out there, but like all those are like third string guys. So he may get third string reps, but third string does not get that many reps. Like it may be two or three here and that's it. So if you're not if you're not those top five, you're not really seeing the field at all.
So Deshaun Troutman, he hasn't been showing any improvement, any
I'm
steps
gonna
toward the first three.
I'm gonna say it again. If they ain't name you so far, you're not getting reps. Like they're not even wasting their time with you. They're not wasting your time with you. Like it's gonna be if we talk about get some transfers in and scholarship numbers, like that group got to diminish because nobody else is getting reps. Like think about it. You coming in, you got a high school freshman who came in first day of practice getting two reps. Like first day of practice, he's getting the two reps. What that says about you? You got to
Mm.
go. Like this
What
ain't a
about
good situation.
one name we haven't mentioned? Well, they got him listed, as I guess the name of the position changed now because it goes from striker. But Gilbert Frierson, how's he doing?
He's solid. He's solid. I mean, he doesn't how am I gonna say this? He doesn't he doesn't jump off like he makes plays and you see it, but when you mention him, like he doesn't play the striker position like Al Blaze plays it. He doesn't play the striker position like Couch was playing it. And I think that's the major difference. It's like those dudes, you see them, right? And there's with Gilbert, it's like he doesn't make his presence felt, until you see a play. Now he did get a pick yesterday, and that was amazing. He's running with the tools. He's been solid, but I don't think he cracked. I don't think he cracked going run with the runs unless we got like a major injury or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't jump off. He's not jumping off the field like that, right? Which he should have. I mean, he started off with the ones he did, but I'm gonna say 5 practices in, he's been running solid with the tools.
Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it for all of the positions group. I think we pretty much
Yeah.
addressed all of them. Anything on recruiting? And you got
No.
any information on recruiting? I think if I'm not mistaken, Josh Connolly Jr. at 6 o'clock he was supposed to make his decision.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I've been talking to, Cooney at the time when it was, he just got promoted to receiver coach. But when I talked to him about it, they was just like, man, they off that kid. They were like, he said this, man, that kid's weird. So they're not really. I don't even know why he put Miami in the top 5. Like, just say where he was going because they haven't been high on him at all. So if he picks Miami, I think that'd be a surprise to the staff if he picks Miami.
okay, so Josh Connolly Jr. I'm gonna check to see if he made that decision, but well, you just said they pretty much ain't been pushing him, but he did
Yeah,
drop
I
a top.
mean, yeah.
We was
Yeah,
on the top.
he dropped that. Yeah, he dropped that, man. It was comical. Like I said, if he picks Miami, they're gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" So I don't know. No, I don't know about that. But as far as like I said, if you said the top 100 list on anybody's list, you don't see most of those kids got Miami in their top 10 and top 5. So that's how impressive recruiting has been going. I mean, the Washington boys. I mean, those two guys can play. Period. They can play. Seymour can play. I mean, the guys they got committed already can play. I mean, Tripp can play. So now it's about that next domino. It's like when we get that next guy. Like, dude, Brown wants to come out and commit and lock it down, which I think he's already a Miami lock. I think it's just one of those things about just, taking your visits or whatever if you want to do that. Nathaniel Joseph, he's been to practice. Shit, probably half the damn time I've been there. And the last practice on Saturday, he was there with his whole entire family. I thought he was going up to silent commit. He may have silently committed to Miami. I have no idea. But I mean, he's been to practice 3 times already. 2 times with his coaches and then once with his family. So you tell me, you don't take your parents, and you're talking about Haitian parents, like they don't care about this stuff. So you take your parents to you want practice to sit there all day in that damn sun. Just say, hey, what's up, Coach Cristobal, to go home. I don't think you do that.
I don't think you do that either. And plus, that's coming out of your own pockets.
Yeah, and they love Nathaniel Joseph. They do. And I know everybody got their lists and they want to go up for rivals and all that. But at some point you gotta couple that with just players, right? Like a baller. He may not rank as high as Williams, but I would take Nathaniel Joseph on my team before Williams any day. But that's because I know Joseph and I see what he can do. And he could not just on the receiving game, he's a dog and he's fast, but he also helping your return game as well. No, he's not that big outside body, but then that's when you try to go and recruit, the Browns and everybody else.
Okay. So positions that's pretty much deep in the 2023 class, like receivers and stuff like that. Um, we got the Washington brothers just recently committed. We got a kid up in DC. His name is not hitting me on the top of my head right now. He's the offensive lineman. I see he's been
Yeah,
recruited.
Trip. That's name Trip. Yeah, Trip Jr.
And uh, Anthony Trips. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So for the Hurricanes, do you think we get any more recruits? Committing, popping pretty soon. And what about the receiver? Not receiver, the quarterback. Rashada. How you feeling on him?
I mean, we offer this brother. I don't know if that's a scholarship offer or a walk-on offer. I have no damn idea. I wouldn't spend it on for him. It's just me personally, because it's too many other good shit out there. But I mean, we'll see. He had the whole family down. This is Rashad. That was Rashada's second time at Miami, right? So first time he come on the down with team or whatever. Second time he comes with his brothers, and now he's supposed to come back this weekend, even though that tournament is canceled. I heard yesterday they're supposed to play in with the Miami Immortals, but if he still, I mean, even though the tournament is canceled, you still got to get playing fights in advance, right? So if he still comes down, it'll be his third visit down to the University of Miami. I mean, you tell me. That's all I got to say. You tell me, like, from where he's from to here is not a skip and a hop. So if he comes down again and he comes on campus, that's three times you got a kid for an official visit, and that's not even including the official that's going to come up, right? So it should be pretty high on him. I don't know if he commits early. I think if he does, it'll kind of start like a avalanche. So we'll see. And then what happens when you own all these top kids, a lot of these top kids are gonna, push it to, early signing period. But most guys are gonna commit the summer before the season starts. So I think in June and July, we're gonna see, a lot of dominoes start to fall. I'm very high on oh my God, what's his name? LeBrant. Yeah, LeBrant. What's his first name? Darren LeBrant, is it? Darren LeBrant? LeBlanc. I'm sorry, LeBlanc. He was there on Saturday, man. We talked a long time. He doesn't know he's Haitian descent, so he said he is Zoe. And he's from Overlocker. I didn't know he's from Overlocker. He plays up in Osceola. One of the top D linemen out there. He's all a 6'4", big kid. I mean, I think that's the position of need we have. He says he's down to Oklahoma and Miami, even though he's at Florida right now. But he said it live on the space. Hey man, Florida. So that's what he said, because everybody has some kind of crystal ball in Florida. But he's up in Osceola with my guys, so I talked to them up there, and they feel that Miami got a big shot for him, and so I like him. He says he's going to commit July 23rd. So I think in the summertime, you're going to kind of get those dominoes falling. But that what happens. So fans got to be patient, man. When you recruit those top guys, especially now with the NIL deals, kids may be slow to commit. So you just got to kind of just let it kind of funnel. And in the summertime, it's always a big time for commits. Kids start their official visits, I think, next week, right?
Yep.
I think it's April 15th, maybe even no, but in April you can start your official visit. So now you're going to get those official visit out of the way. So, just kind of be patient, man. We're going to get those commits, man. Just got to kind of be patient with it. Just think about it. In 30 days, Mario took us from a 70th ranked class to the 15th ranked class. So you tell me. Just believe in the process, man. Trust the coaches, man. Don't be, so high strong on just getting them to commit right now.
So got two. Actually got three more recruits want to touch on. I was gonna say Bain, but I think we are locked for Bain. I think he's a Miami kid. I think if he don't come to Miami, it'll be a shocker. But let's see, Malik Bryant. What you thinking on that? Linebacker.
Man, he's a position of need. I mean, you got Kevin Steele, you got Mario on him, Kevin Steele on him, Charlie Strong. I mean, that's a lot, man. Like that's a lot to that's a lot to offer, and that's a lot to turn down to. And you're talking about guys that know how to talk, right? So if that's the guy we want, I mean, at the end of the day, as long as Texas A&M ain't involved, I think I like our shot. I like our shot. Do we get an early commit from him? I think so.
And what about Peyton Curtin? I think it's being the Florida Gators and Miami's pretty much been the top of his recruiting or whatever. What's the chance you think we get in him?
Man, I guess it all depends on. It depends on the projection, right? Obviously Florida has a good hold on him right there and a good relationship with him. And I think for him, it's going to all be about do he want to be a part of the this next build of Miami? Does he sees that as something that he want to be a part of? You know, um, other than that, he's going to choose Florida. you know, but I think if he wants to kind of be a part of that and kind of get that allure, the Hurricanes and kind of being for that process, because I mean, you feel it coming from Mario, like you feel his passion, like when he talks and everything that's around the program, that you kind of like feel that okay, dog, something is about to happen. So I think for him, it'll be something like that. And as far as NIL deals, I mean, we kind of got some stuff in place. So if he kind of wants that too, I think he'll have that. So I don't think that's a big issue, but it's there, it's out there in the atmosphere, and that's what kind of times we in right now.
All right, so we got I'm gonna ask you one more question, but before I do that, you guys tonight at 7 o'clock, the Miami Hurricane baseball team will take on number 3 in the country, Virginia. It will be in Miami. Right now is ranked at number 8 in the country. So if they were to beat Virginia and beat them throughout the weekend, they probably will move up in the rankings. That's for baseball. So if you guys want to go support the Canes in baseball, please do so. Um, Receivers for the 2023 class. If you had to grab 3 guys right now, that's not Ennis, who would you get?
Man, we gotta. I mean, I know people like stop talking about Ennis. Man, we got a good shot for him, man. Like he really. I mean, right now he's shopping around and he's getting. I mean, they're pitching NIL deals here and there, but when he says that he wants to stay and be great at the crib, I think he means it. Like he actually really means it. So I mean, he's sincere with it. I think we got an excellent shot. I mean, we got an excellent shot, even though he was committed to Lincoln Riley and at Oklahoma. That was more of a just looking at it from a pure me way. Like, okay, I can go there and I can get my stats and get off, right? That's the kind of me thing. But now, what if I could do the same thing here at Miami, right? We got a quarterback. I got a guy that can keep me the ball. Even the guys, leaving now, we got a good quarterback room, and then we gonna get good recruits. So it's just all about staying at the crib and kind of seeing what he wants. Now, obviously, he went to USC, and his coach Ricky Williams talked about they presented NIL stuff, and then Ohio State, because they have laws in their states where they can discuss that openly, right, with the recruit. So you have those valuations that he's gotten, right, from those two schools. So is that gonna be the main factor in this decision? I mean, I think we need to give him more credit than that. I think he's not like that. I think it's gonna factor into it. I don't think that's gonna be the major factor, right? Because I think he's gonna get a deal either way. But it's going to be, how many recruits we get, how many commitments we get. Because let's say we already got Seymour, right? And we already got Washington. Let's say we get Nathaniel and then we get Jalen Brown. How hard do you go after Ennis? If he has a top five and we got to fight out with the 14. Now, if it's down to like 3 or 2, cool. So it's like, how bad do you want him? What if you get Williams in that class, right? So now what do? You already got guys, or Fowler. I like Fowler from Dave Christian. Shit, I think he should be mentioned with everybody. I don't even know how he's not. He's a grown ass shorty. So so let's say you get any kind of combination of 3. I will be happy. You're any combination of those guys would be a hell of a damn receiving group, even without Ennis, right? So I think it's about that. Who you get committed? Is he going to commit early? And if it strings out to the last signing day all the way to February, if we got other guys signed, I think you kind of pull back on Ennis.
Okay, so running back wise too. If if you had to give 3 in the class for 2023, who would those guys be? Who would be at the top of Miami's list?
Come on.
Obviously, Mark and a couple more guys, but who would you say would be top of the board, and who would be like second and third?
Baxter, man, Baxter right now. I mean, size, speed, alpha dog, alpha male. Baxter me all fucking day. Second would be Fletcher. I see Fletcher got a commitment coming soon. Mark Fletcher. Those are my top two. I think everybody else is kind of in a bunch after that. I mean, I want to say any running back in particular, but those two stand out to me. I mean, you go after those guys hard as you could possibly can, and see, where the chips fall. But Baxter, he was just back on campus with his parents this time around. Not his mentor AG. So they're fighting good. The only thing about that is Texas A&M was in the picture, and they just throwing out crazy numbers right to the kids. So we'll see. He talks about. I mean, he's I think what is it Palm Bay or something like that, close to that. So he considers himself a South Floridian, and I think right now it's between us A&M, and I think I want to say maybe Florida State and Bama. I'm not sure, but I know we're right there with Baxter. And then Mark Fletcher, I don't know anything about his recruitment, but I know we're high on him. Shit, Coach Smith say he want him, so we're going after the best of the best. We'll kind of see where it goes.
Okay. And Kermani, any updates on him?
Man, I don't know. Lance was in the space the other day. You know, he said he kind of trained him. It's just one of those things where where I don't know. Right now, Bama is the number one. Like Bama's is number one. He loves Nick Saban. After that, I guess you kind of see where it goes. I think he's overvalued. That's just me. Um, we talk about priorities in this class. I
Um,
mean, just look at the class, what we can get. So I don't know. Right now, if Bama's number one and he want to go because of Nick Saban, it's like, okay, what is it going to take to get him? And I think his NIL deal is going to be too much for us to kind of like. It's like, do you want to go and pursue a kid? You know, I don't know. I guess it's all about your preference. To me, I think he's overvalued. So it's just my opinion.
okay.
Troutman, who said Troutman Cave and Huff are leaving? Probably Troutman and Cave. Huff, I don't know, but if I got passed about a high school freshman, that would make me want to leave. I ain't gonna even lie.
All right, so as you guys know, the show is sponsored by Taste One Boy Peanuts. So they did
Yes,
deliver a
sir.
commercial. So let me go ahead and share this commercial with you guys if you haven't seen it already. Just a quick intermission. This all I got, man. Harry Burger. Shit. Quick already show. Got 10 point up here. You say smoke barbecue. Yep, I found it. How many you say they want? Okay, 5. How are you gonna pay, boss? Got food stuff shit. Appreciate that. Man. We go snag these right here. Hey, you got a dollar or something? I ain't got nothing today, my boy. I got tasty boy peanuts though. Yeah, they will do all right. Thank you, man. Hey, you welcome.
I love you, DZ.
So there you guys have it, man. Taste One Boy Peanuts. Make sure you guys go to tasteoneboypeanuts.com. Order you a box or whatever. Use promo code T2Y and save $5 off your order. I have been seeing a lot of feedback on Twitter. A lot of people have ordered it. A lot of people, they love it. I haven't seen one negative feedback yet. So if you hadn't tried them already, please go try them. Taste One Boy Peanuts is created by Lance Leggett, a former Miami Hurricane 5-star receiver. So, support. Use promo code T2Y, save $5 off your order. Wednesday, the 13th of this month, 3 days before the spring practice, I will have Lance I will have Lance Leggett on with me. We will be making some announcements for you guys. You know, some announcements will be coming. So next week, on the 13th, Wednesday, make sure you guys tune in. You know, thank to my guest, Coach Drummond, for coming on today, providing information and updates on positional groups that's at the University of Miami, spring practices and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, like the video, share the channel if you haven't, do so. Um, Also, I kind of want to get you guys feedback, see where you guys want to go with, the content during the spring and during the off season. Like, I might start going to some baseball games. I might start doing some lives from there. So if you guys want to tune in to those, let me know. If you guys want me to start doing some vlogs about going to the baseball games and stuff like that, let me know. The last video I put out was from the baseball game. It was like basically, showing the experience. It's a hell of an experience when you're there. So um, I did forget to put in the video at the end, like basically me getting a nice little $50 citation because I parked in the wrong spot. But hey, it still was a good time. I just charged it to the game. But that's pretty much your updates, guys. All position groups, what's going on at practice. So we'll see how things turn out. Like, share, subscribe, and you can always hit the super chat, hit the super the stickers or whatever to support the channel. Don't feel no pressure to do so. Hitting the like button is pretty much all I ask. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. And I'm gonna leave you guys one more time with this Taste One Boy Peanut, and I'm gonna get up out of here.
That's all I got, man.
Harry, brother.
Shit. Quick already show. Y'all just pulled up here. You say smoke barbecue. Yup, I found it. How many you say they want? Okay, 5.
Fine. How are you gonna pay, boss?
Got food stuff shit. Appreciate that.
man.
We go snag these right here. Hey, you got a dollar or something? I ain't got nothing today, my boy. I got tasty boy peanuts though. Y'all never do all right. Thank you, man. Hey, you welcome.
I love you, DZ.
Hold on. Actually, before we get up out of here, I did say I was gonna show y'all them drills. You know what? But you know what? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it soon. Actually got some terrible news at the moment right now to share with you guys. Terrible news. Miami Hurricanes linebacker Deshaun Troutman was recently arrested hours after one of team's spring practice. Troutman is accused of punching his girlfriend all over her body, including her head. A senior law enforcement source tells me. So, Deshaun Troutman, we're hearing some terrible news about him right now. I guess he's been arrested for domestic violence against his girlfriend. So, allegedly, I don't know the details behind that, but hold on, let me go ahead and share on the screen what I'm reading right now. I just basically clicked on Twitter and, that's what's popping up right now. So just go ahead and share that with you guys. So that's what I'm reading right here. Shout out to Gio. Gio was on the channel a week or two ago. Gave you guys some updates. Basically, he said had known about this for some times, but didn't want to comment about it. There will be more, So basically, Deshaun Troutman recently got arrested, after practice. Not this practice, but apparently he got arrested for domestic violence against his girlfriend. So I don't know the details behind it. I don't know if he, pretty much did anything or what happened or what led up to it, this, that, and the third. So I can't really, put no comments behind it. But I'm pretty sure, seeing that it's out in the public now, we'll probably get some more information on that. We'll probably find out, what happened, or we'll see what the University of Miami decides to do, whether it's, disciplinary measures that they take with Deshaun. But this is unfortunate. Linebacker is a position of need at Miami, so we'll see how that turns. Yeah, guys. So that's pretty much it. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Okay, so more people are starting to report the Deshaun Troutman arrest details. Andy, if you guys know who he is, Andy Slater, he's reporting it. Yep. So there you guys have it, man. Go Canes. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See y'all in the next show. And make sure you guys watch the videos, man. Hit the like button for me. Make it a habit. Please and thank you. And go Canes. Love y'all.